Hey, what's up, fam? Welcome to another video by Team Made to Manifest.
What's happening?
This right here is my incredible wife, Iana.
And this is my amazing husband, Ayize Ma'at. You like the way I said your name?
Yeah.
Ayize Ma'at. Y'all want to know what Ma'at means? Look it up. Google it. All right, y'all. We have a question that came in from one of our team members. And first, I just want to apologize because it came in some time ago. And I even emailed her back and said, we're going to answer it tomorrow. And I ain't do it. We ain't do it. Holiday season, moving and busy, maintaining so many different things. And so I just want to say we did not forget you, sister. We did not forget you. All right, so here's what came in. She actually has a few questions. She says, can I ask you a question? Yes, you can. How did you start blogging? What was your motivation? What did you do to get started? I have so many ideas that I just don't know where to get started. So a series of questions here. And the first one is, how did we start blogging? Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you that we were first exposed. I don't know, maybe I can't speak for the both of us, but I was first exposed to the power of being online and the community, the online community that I really had no real awareness of in 2010. Mm-hmm. 2010, my husband and I were actually in a documentary about married couples and the folks who did it, who were good friends of ours. They had a very successful blog online, so we became a part of that documentary. Mm-hmm. And went through that experience, and then knew what their website was, went to the website and saw how they were promoting it and all the different articles and just the community that they had online. And I said, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. And my husband said, that is interesting. And so at that time, we were working with couples in the community. And for those who don't know anything about us and don't know much about who we are, just a little quick sidebar. We are relationship therapists. We are marriage educators. We're both been doing that work for some time in the community, and then came online about going on 4 years ago now. Mm-hmm. And so at the same time, simultaneously, we now have started to teach other people much of what we have done in terms of the know-how, the behind the scenes, in terms of how to get your brand out, how to be able to engage online, create opportunities for yourself, and on and on and on. So just seeing them, I mean, really, we just decided, we'd be interested in that. We should do that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we did. We just had a conversation. We should get online, and what should we do? Maybe we should answer some questions.
Yeah, I think from the beginning, we knew we didn't want to necessarily write or type a blog. We knew we wanted to vlog, which is video, doing video, giving video advice. And so, of course, we started on YouTube, and we had no idea even how to upload a YouTube video. So we would record ourselves, and we actually
weren't even on social media. We weren't even on Facebook and Twitter.
So we went out specifically to get a camera just to record ourselves, and we also bought a computer.
You bought a camera?
Bought a camera, bought a computer to be able to edit videos and stuff like that. Just for the sake of uploading the information that we had stored in here and stored in here, onto the World Wide Web, and as a result, we started to get some traction, so people started to follow us, and people started to like our things, like our videos, and people started to comment, and from there, actually starting on YouTube and also watching our friends who were already successful bloggers, we then decided, by giving ourselves some leverage, that we need to create a blog by the time that this movie was going to be released. So it was on March the 28th, 2010, that we actually started to officially publicize our blog, which was at that time BeIntentional.com, but since that time it's morphed into BlackLoveAndMarriage.com.
Right. And so your next question is, what was your motivation? I love this question, and I want everybody who's watching to just really get still for a moment. Those of you who are still trying to figure out and decide, what is it that I'm going to write about? I think of things, and then I lose it, and then I'm feeling it, and then I'm not, and you're really not clear about what your direction should be. This is the most important. We said this in other videos, but this is the most important piece of what you do when you decide that you're going to be online, and you want to have a blog, if you really want to not just play around with it, but you really want to focus it and see what kinds of opportunities and benefits you can get from it, as well as, contribute to the world, contribute to your atmosphere by being a blessing to other people, by being a source of information and education and inspiration and all that. If you're really serious about it, this is the most important part. You say, what was our motivation? Mm-hmm. Well, I remember, and I have changed. I will say I have changed now. But I remember not that long after we first came on line, as we started to explore this community of people who were online, and folks were talking about much of what we talk about now, how to be able to leverage your blog, how to be able to make money from your blog, how to be able to understand and see your blog as a business and operate and run it that way so that you can really have freedom and not necessarily be attached to a 9-to-5 if you don't want to anymore. People were talking about all of that. And I remember, I think I did a post on blackloveandmarriage.com back then saying, I think I said my blog is not my business. Do you remember us talking about that?
Yeah, we did.
And I remember saying, nah, my blog is not my business. Mm-hmm. My blog is a medium. This is about something that's very personal to me. What we do, I'm very passionate about. And what we do at our core, we help people to be able to transform, to be able to change the way they see things, the way they respond to things, particularly within the realm of human relationships. Mm-hmm. We primarily operate in coupledom. Right, with folks who are dating and who are married and who have been in long-term relationships, who are divorcing, who are this, that, and the other, but all kinds of relationships, helping people to be able to look at themselves, stop playing and start pushing. That's what I do. My blog is not my business. My business is to help people do what they need to do. And when I do that, I'm doing what I came here to do in the world, which is to help people transform. That's part of my purpose. Mm-hmm. I was real serious about that thing.
Yeah.
And so the important thing about that is this. I said that I have changed. I clearly have now been able to have some time and some traction in that space, in the space of being online. And I've had more experience, and I've experienced so many connections, so many opportunities, so much exposure. I'm not just talking about exposure like we got exposed and got an opportunity. I'm talking about exposure to other people, other entrepreneurs, people doing so many things that I would never have the opportunity to be exposed to if I were just sitting, in my little part of the world over here in the DMV. And I didn't get online and connect with other people who know more than me, who can help me, who can help my husband and I, as well as we can also exchange and share what we know. So I changed, and I do see my blog as my business. It is an extension of my business. But one thing I'm very clear about, and my husband and I are both very clear about when you say what is our motivation, is that we didn't come to blog. Let me say that again. We didn't come to blog. It happened to be that our trajectory has come in this way, and it has helped us significantly. So it has become a significant part of our business model. But we didn't come to blog. We came to heal. We came to help. We came to give insight. We came to express the best of what we have inside of us. That is what we came to do. And so whether it's within the realm of relationships, whether it's in the realm of being able to push past your fear in terms of your own business and what you want to do, your own call in your life, that's what we do. So what is our motivation? Our motivation is to do what it is that was in us, what it is we were feeling, even when we didn't really understand what it was all about. We just wanted to get it out. Oh, let's try that because it feels good. It feels right. So that's what you need to focus on and think about when you're wanting to figure out, how do I blog successfully? What do I focus on? What is it that's in you? And don't try to have it all figured out. Don't try to figure out, well, exactly how many times can I talk about that and how many different ways, and is that going to really work? Just flow. Just pick up your computer, start typing an article, and publish it. Just pick up the camera or your computer and record yourself and flow and keep moving, and it will transform, and you will develop, and you will evolve as we have. But yes, you have to come with something that's within you that's greater than blogging, because blogging is a platform.
And see, the interesting thing is that we all come with something that's inside of us.
Right.
Many of us have been pregnant for far too long, far longer than 9 months.
Yeah.
Many of us have been pregnant for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years,
ready
30
to give
years.
birth.
And just ready to give birth.
Yeah.
There's something inside of you that's waiting to be born, and it's you. You're the one that's supposed to be responsible for giving birth to it. Mm-hmm. So it's up to you to really put pen to paper, put your voice to the computer, put, whatever it may be, and express that thing that's inside of you, because it's dying to be born.
Mm-hmm.
It deserves to be born,
mm-hmm.
but only you can give birth to it.
Right, right. And then you say, what did you do to get started? I'll tell you, this is another lovely question I love to get. What did you do to get started? Well, you're on our team, so you've already gotten started. But
mm-hmm.
what I will say to you is that when we got started, we did not have the powerful engine and network that is the Empower Network that we're now affiliated with to assist us. And so what I did is, where do you go when you don't know what to do? Everything is on YouTube. Trust, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I figured out how to build our website on YouTube. Figured out how to embed a video on YouTube. Figured out how to do green screen on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Figured out how to, what does HTML mean? What is SEO? How do you put a banner on? I'm talking about everything. Everything is on YouTube. But not everything is just on YouTube. We use that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And YouTube is we thank YouTube because they've given us a lot of exposure. But everything is online. Everything you need to know is online. So when you ask the question, what did you do to get started? I'm going to really avoid giving you technical know-how because, again, what we did is we just put one foot in front of the other, and I knew we needed to have a website, so I just went to and figured out WordPress is a such and such. That was the platform
mm-hmm.
we used at that time. Well, here you are in a space where
you already got a website.
You have a website,
mm-hmm.
and it's instantaneous. You already have
mm-hmm.
it, right? It's there for you. All you have to do now, you don't have to figure all of that stuff out. How do I get started and make my colors, this, that? It's all there for you. And then you have a ton of audio and videos in the back room of the Empower Network platform, and you get that platform,
mm-hmm.
which is just $25 to get started. $25 for you to be able to have your own instant website where you don't have to go through all the rigmarole that we had to go through. And so what I would say to you, instead of giving you some technical stuff, because it's already there for you, is just do it. Just get started. Go on ahead, put it out there.
mm-hmm.
I've seen a video from this particular sister. I saw it, and it was good. Continue to flow with that. Mm-hmm. Just put, even when you think that sucked, just put it out there.
Because somebody will be feeling it.
That's right.
Even if you think that it's crap, whether it's written or whether it's in video mm-hmm. format, mm-hmm. somebody out there is watching you take your first step.
Right.
So in you taking your first step, you give somebody else the inspiration, the encouragement to take their first step. Mm-hmm. So if you take your first step and it's a misstep, then again, just in you doing that, it allows that person to feel comfortable in making that misstep as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you take your first step and you hit it out the park, well, hey, you're inspiring somebody else to do the same. So don't worry about how it looks. Don't worry about what you're putting down when you're writing something in your blog. Just express what's inside of you. Express the most authentic self. And in doing that, again, you'll be inspiring so many people. Mm-hmm. You'll be encouraging people to be their most authentic selves as well. So just get out there and do it.
Yeah. So the bottom line is get started by getting into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also we cannot leave out the fact that you must share. That when you are blogging and you're putting stuff on your website and you are not sharing it via social media channels and that kind of thing, then you're making things harder for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But what I will say in addition to that is that when you do it, when you just get started and you just move, you're building momentum. So every time you publish something on your blog, you are building momentum. You're building momentum
mm-hmm.
in terms of your habits. You're building momentum in terms of the links that you have in your individual blog posts. In terms of your own individual website. Now there's something else that Google is crawling around and recognizing as yours, right? So we have on our blog, we have I don't even know how many posts we have, but we have thousands.
Yeah.
Thousands, okay, of posts, and all of that has helped to be able to elevate our profile when you Google us,
mm-hmm.
okay? So every time you do that, you are being very intentional in elevating your profile.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all for a reason. Just get started, sis. Get started and go with what is within you. And she says, I have so many ideas, I just don't know where to get started at. You know how many people there are? That's a theme unto itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many folks out there don't know where to get started? Just get started. They don't know what to do. So what do? You write your blog post about perhaps some of your confusion, some of your self-doubt, some of your anxiety, some of the ideas that you actually have, and things that you're interested in and that you want to do and you want to be able to, look more into. You look for other people out there who are in communities where they are also dealing with some of the kinds of feelings that you're dealing with, and you put your stuff out there so that you can connect with other folks who have some of the same energy that you have. There's always something to focus on. But again, I'm going to come back to this. You've got to focus in on what you're feeling in your heart the most, because the riches in terms of money, the riches in terms of influence, the riches in terms of meaningful connection are in your niche. The riches are in the niches. You got to focus. You got to focus. And so if starting out, you don't feel very focused and you have all these ideas, I don't care. Just do it anyway, because as you continue again to exercise your muscle and gain momentum, you will begin to evolve and you will begin to carve out and realize, I'm actually going in a particular direction here. I'm going in a particular direction in terms of what I'm focusing on, more than I realized or I thought. And people are actually responding to certain things more than others. And people are actually asking me to speak more on certain things or talk about other things or share more information on certain things. And all of these things will inform you as to where you need to land. So get started. Don't hesitate anymore. Don't procrastinate any further, because in order to be successful, not to the world, but just for yourself, you must stop playing
and start pushing.